Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do our Connection 3 vocab. We're doing our baseball. We read it yesterday, so we saw some of these words, and now we get to have some meaning to them. Things you will need are a pencil and your notes from yesterday. Remember, your notes are those foldable notes that we glued to that brown paper. They should be in the ELA section of your OT if you followed directions yesterday. So remember, here is our vocabulary words. Gaped, snickered, flinched, legendary, endless, realistic, sensible, and protested. So gaped. It is a verb. It means you stared with your mouth open wide in wonder or surprise. So you will write this on the other side of where you wrote your word, but it's still on the flap. You're going to write, you stared with your mouth open wide in surprise or wonder. So here's the example. And the example is going to go on the side that's glued down. But don't cross that middle line, guys. Alright, so in this example, the baby gaped at the mom when she walked into the room with a mask on. So the baby was surprised. So you can think of a time that you may have gaped at something. Go ahead and, with your teacher's permission, go ahead and tell your shoulder partner. Snickering. People are snickering if they are laughing in a disrespectful way. So this is the meaning. Laughing in a disrespectful way. Hee 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 hee. So you guys are snickering if you're laughing at somebody getting in trouble. Some synonyms including giggling or chortling. I think I'm going to use that word more often. Chortling. So snickering example. Monica and Jody were snickering as they whispered about Susie. Tell your shoulder partner about a time that someone was snickering at you or one of your friends. So with your teacher permission, go ahead and turn to your shoulder partner. And she's going to call on some of you to share. So you better think of some really good responses. And it could have been something you've seen. It may not have had to been at you or a friend. And don't use names. Flinched. If you flinched, you reacted to something unpleasant by pulling back. So reacted to something unpleasant by pulling back is your meaning. So think about if Miss Kohler were to come and go, boo, in the classroom. So that's, you guys are going to jump, you're going to flinch. So you're pulling back. So synonyms include jerked, shuddered, or shy away. And this example is going to be, this man flinched when someone ran up to him. In the story of Jackie Mitchell flinched as she was getting ready to pitch a ball. We have not yet read the story, but you guys will understand it a little bit later. So, that's pretty awesome. Next word is legendary. If someone or something is legendary, they are very famous, and many stories are told about them. So very famous, many stories told about them. There's your meaning. Synonyms could be heroic, famous, or well-known. I'm betting you guys can go ahead and start thinking of people that are legendary other than Miss Kohler. So, Jackie Robinson was a legendary baseball player. He was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. So I'm betting you can also think of something that Jackie Robinson has in common with our story that we read yesterday. Jackie Mitchell, the female pitcher in our story that we're going to read, was legendary because she was one of the first female pitchers in professional baseball. So, which one of these two artists are legendary and why? I want you to go ahead and think about it. This is Michael Jackson. I don't know who this is, so maybe that'll tell you which one's legendary. I want you to put a 1 or 2 under your desk, and when your teacher says go, hold up a 1 or 2. Endless. If something is endless, it goes on forever without end. So there's your definition. Goes on forever without end. So how you think this lesson is going. It's endless. You think it's going to last forever. It's not. It's only been 5 minutes, guys. All right. That's not true. You guys have taken longer because you have had to pause. So endless. You got your launch date, didn't you? Larry exclaimed. Yes, I did, Anna replied. Finally, the wait seemed endless. So, with teacher permission, tell your shoulder partner about a time you had to wait for something that seemed endless. So, it seemed like the wait lasted forever, like you were never going to get to hear the answer. Begin by saying, it seemed like an endless wait when, yes, you have to say that. Go ahead and share. You've only got 30 seconds. And they're gonna pick on somebody to call out, so you better think of something good. So scientists believe that the universe is endless because the end of space has never been found. So it goes on forever and ever and ever without end. The next word is realistic. Realistic means seeing things as they really are. Seeing things as they really are. You might want to become a movie star, but finishing school is a more realistic goal. So what this means is it's okay to want to be a movie star, but finishing school is realistic, which means it's something that really should happen. It's something that is more likely. Moving on. Realistic. It would be realistic to, would it be realistic to expect your parents to give you $100 a week for an allowance? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Yes or no? So, your teacher is going to call on you and ask why. And you're going to say, no, it would not be realistic, or yes, it would. So you have to use the sentence stem when answering your question. The next word, sensible. Being sensible means having a good judgment. So logical or realistic. Again, it's sensible to get your degree before you become a movie star. And the example of sensible. If you are skating, wearing a helmet is sensible because it makes sense. It is logical to wear a helmet in case you fall. The next word is protested. When you have complained about something, you have protested. When you have complained. And I don't like necessarily this definition, but it's easier for you guys to understand. So not only you could protest that you have homework tonight, but I'm going to tell you have homework tonight. So the example for protested. But maybe I can't, I protested. I looked down at my onion. I didn't think a very poor onion thrower had a chance to be an astronaut. So this is another story we'll read a little bit later. So we see onion and astronaut. And so here's protested, which again is complaining about something. So she's complaining that she can't do something. So one more slide, guys. That's it. When the girls got to leave early, the boys protested. So that means, why is that fair? It's not okay. It's not right. You're complaining. You might have a right to complain, but that's what's happening. Turn and tell your partner, with teacher permission, about a time you had to protest something, or you complained about something to help. Begin by saying, I protested when, and fill in the blank. Your teacher is going to call on some people to share, and you guys make sure you're being really respectful listeners. Well, when that's done, you're done with your vocabulary, and it's time to move on. Thanks, guys. Good job.